call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Lucas Rocha takes on Stewart Nicoll this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Rio. And this is an extremely close fight between these two guys. They're both very good grapplers, high-level black belts. Both have really good records. Stewart Nicoll 8-1, coming in off of his first career loss to Jesus Aguilar in August of last year. And Lucas Rocha is 17-2, also coming off of a loss to Clayton Carpenter by submission back in October. No shame in those losses. I think Clayton Carpenter is very good. He's very high level on the ground as well. And Stewart Nicoll getting caught by Jesus Aguilar, who I think is very underrated. I think that dude's very good at flyweight. So been going back and forth on these guys. You know, Lucas Rocha, sometimes I feel like he's kind of small for flyweight. I feel like he can kind of be held down on the ground and controlled like we saw in the Clayton Carpenter fight. But again, Clayton Carpenter's a savage, very strong, very good fighter on top. But he's only 5'3". He's 5'3", 64-inch reach. Missed weight in his Dana White's Contender Series fight, which is crazy because he is kind of, you know, doughy. He's not really cut up, which doesn't make sense to me. But again, he's very powerful on the feet, though. He's small, but he packs a punch. He's very aggressive, has good pressure, crispy boxing. Knocked out a bunch of guys with that step-in knee. Got it on the regional scene. Got it against Deiveson Figueiredo on Dana White's Contender Series. Has a clubbing right hand that he was catching Clayton Carpenter with, but just couldn't defend the takedowns from Clayton Carpenter. It was two double legs, just straight into his hips, put him on his butt. Wasn't any real sprawl or, you know, powerful hip movement to keep the fight on the feet. We saw the same thing on the Dana White's Contender Series against Deiveson Figueiredo. Was taken down 5 times in that fight before he got the KO. And somebody like Stewart Nicoll, he's got great wrestling. Again, really good grappling, good takedowns. Very tenacious with his takedowns, non-stop attack, trying to get guys to the ground. And showed some really good attacks with the Kakamora in his fight against Jesus Aguilera. Used that to get on top, but then he became just a little overzealous. Went over the top of Jesus Aguilar, who then jumped the guillotine and got him. So I think these guys are very well-rounded, very evenly matched, but I'm gonna lean Lucas Rocha just because I think that he's got the advantage on the feet. You look at the regional scene, he'll get taken down early in the fights, but then he's usually able to come back later in the fight, the next round, and really put on a pace and, you know, take over and finish guys. So I think that he can be taken down in this fight, get controlled by Stewart Nicoll, but I trust his jiu-jitsu ability to kind of get back up to the feet, where I think that he's got the better hands. Stewart Nicoll, you know, he's got some TKOs in his career, but I feel like a lot of the damage that he does is on the ground, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. I don't think he's the level of Clayton Carpenter in terms of strength and wrestling ability and control on the ground. So I just think Lucas Rocha is going to have an edge on the feet. I think he'll be able to hurt Stewart Nicoll there. I think he's just a little bit more tenacious, a little bit more accurate, has really good timing on the feet. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Stewart Nicoll be able to get him to the ground and control him there. Beat him up on the ground, find submissions, do some ground and pound, win a decision. But I'm going to go with Lucas Rocha just because I think that I think he's got the better stand-up. I think they're evens on the ground. So I'm going to go with the guy who's going to be looking to be throwing heat and hurting his opponent. He's got a good chin. He's fast, moves well, but again, a little undersized, can be taken down. So this is a very close fight, but I'm going to lean Lucas Rocha. I think this is evens on the odds. Yeah, minus 105 evens. Neither of these guys have fought recently. Stewart Nicoll been out for a little over a year, about 14 months, whereas Lucas Rocha, he fought back in October, so going to be almost a year on the dot for these guys. So Lucas Rocha, again, only 25 years old, not even into his prime yet. He's got much more experience, 19 professional fights, whereas Stewart Nicoll, he's 30, he's in his prime, 8-1, so has half the amount of fights as Lucas Rocha. So I'm going to go with Lucas Rocha to get this one done. I feel like he's not being in his prime, going to be making bigger improvements. I think he's got the more finishing potential on the ground, but especially on the feet. So I'm going to go with Lucas Rocha. I think he might get taken down a few times, controlled, but I think eventually he's going to start hurting Stewart Nicoll and find the KO on the feet. So I'm going to go with Lucas Rocha to get this one done by KO, second or third round. Thanks.